Hello, my friends, my family, my community, my tribe. Welcome to the Hippie Moms Podcast. What's up, you guys? Before we head into this podcast where I really spill out a lot of my heart, which I really hope you enjoy. I would love to introduce you to our sponsor for this podcast, unobtainable. This company is legit. They create really super clean, non-toxic makeup. And here's the thing. I'm going to tell you, I don't get all my makeup from one company, but I get most of my products from unobtainable. And absolutely love their products. The ingredients are legit. They're vegan and cruelty-free. They're gluten-free. They're organic and non-toxic. They started something called the Clean Beauty Revolution, and they're high performance. They're really aware of the fact that women need makeup that's going to last. So I would love for you to check them out. They've really gone global, but they've remained local, which I love. The owner, Ashley, what is her name? Ashley Prang. She really created this line of cosmetics without harmful chemicals. And the thing is I love it because she had a lot of she has a story. She had breakouts. She was sick, and she knew that her beauty products were contributing to this. And this is one thing I always want to help people, and especially women, right? Because we put we can put up to 500 chemicals on our body through the beauty products that we use. And so as I've gone through my clean living lifestyle, I've really wanted to clean up my makeup. And so Au Naturel is it's this beautiful line, and I just love it. And I'm going to actually tell you a little bit about my favorite products. One is the All Glowing Cream Highlighter in Rose Gold. I love it. I put it on my cheeks. It kind of highlights and shimmers. It's beautiful. Sometimes I also use it as eyeshadow just on my lids, just to kind of give that little sparkle. I love the Brow Boss Organic Pencil. It's the best brow pencil, organic pencil, non-toxic pencil I've ever used. All of their Eternity lipsticks are amazing. They're hydrating, they're beautiful, and they last. And the High Luster lip gloss. This is kind of a lip gloss that stays on for a long time. I really like it because it's something I can put on in the morning and it'll last throughout the day. Now, I'm pretty much addicted to lip balm, so I'm constantly just putting it on because it's a habit. That's why I'm so adamant about finding stuff that's non-toxic. So check it out. You can go to my resources page. I'm going to put it in the show notes, but it's www.thehippiemom.com/resources. And it's right there. You can just check it out. You can view all of their products. They also have, good buys, which is cool because then you can find all the stuff they have on sale, their best sellers, what they have for the face, the lips, the eyes. They also have samples, which this is one thing that I love because I feel like a lot of people are like, well, how do I know what I want? But you can get samples of different things like the cream concealers, the powder bronzer. So it's just a really good way to get sample bundles, which is really awesome. So then you can start to see what you like. Anyway, I hope you check them out. I love supporting companies that are conscious, that are creating products that are not toxic and are just changing the world. I mean, that's what it's about. And for beauty products, we have to evolve into non-toxic beauty care because, a lot of the products, and we're going to do a whole podcast on this, but a lot of the products that women are using have chemicals in them that disrupt our hormones called endocrine disruptors. So super important for you to start switching out. Now, it's not about you have to go and buy all your new makeup. Okay, you ran out of your mascara, get new mascara. You ran out of your foundation, get new foundation. Just start replacing it with better options. That's how you do it. All right, let's head into the podcast, which I'm really excited for you to listen to. Hey, what's happening, you guys? I'm so super happy to do this podcast today. It's on a topic that, man, it's like this illusion that I've just, I've kind of been aware of like the inability of moms and humans to really get to this place where they have everything in balance. It's about balance, you guys. How many times you hear, oh, I just need a little more balance, or once I do this, I'll be balanced, or, it's like this idea that once we achieve or get or do something, then and only then will we achieve this feeling, this experience that everything is in equilibrium, right? Everything's in homeostasis, everything's in balance. And I'm here to tell you it's a fucking lie. And I'm not saying we strive for balance, because in a way it is. It's like if your kids are eating a lot of junk food, right? It's like, okay, well, we need more plant foods, right? We need to get more fruits and veggies into our kids. Or let's say, hey, I haven't been exercising at all. Like, okay, now I need to get some exercise in, and that's going to balance it out. But it's like in this here and now, in this moment, we tend to struggle and believe that something outside of us must happen for things to be good, for things to be balanced. And I work with a lot of moms, and I have the honor to spend my time with moms on a holistic journey, because that's me. That's, I really help people that were me like 5-10 years ago, that kind of woke up and you're like, oh my gosh, what the heck is happening? I don't know. And you need help. Like, they need help. And I needed help. I so wish I had someone to hold my hand, to tell me that everything's going to be okay, and that it's really just baby steps that are going to really change your life. Because the thing that I look at is I look at so much information and marketing and like, gadgets and supplements and these programs that are like, it's going to change your life. And the thing is that there's no quick fix. And the idea of achieving balance is a quick fix mentality. And it keeps us operating and striving forever. And I'm just going to tell you, you're never going to get there. You're never going to get there. It kind of gives us this promise that if we achieve it, and once we get there, this destination, that finally will embody the essence of perfection in life. And the state of existence where it's the idea where everything's in alignment, right? And only in this place will evoke the feeling of centeredness, and as if we've reached this destination. And so every day we strive, and maybe there might be moments, you guys, moments where you get a glimpse of it, right? But then we continue to pursue this never-ending cycle, and then life happens, and we're set back to striving all over again. So my hope today, my hope for this podcast is to kind of shine some light on this illusion and give you a new perspective and give you some tools to change the way that we look at how life should be, and instead surrender and accept to life how it is, because life is rich. It's full of human emotion. It's full of human experience. It's not meant to be balanced and just perfect. It's not. That's not why we chose to come back here. Whatever you believe, right, of whether you believe in past lives or, religion or God, we're here. And I believe that we had to have some choice in that on a soul level. And so what I want to bring is this idea that we're here to feel, we're here to experience, and we're here to transform and transcend our suffering into deep healing. And healing is not about healing like this. The word healing is used a lot. I use it a lot in my programs because when you nourish your body, you manage your stress, you move your body, you take care of you do heal from within on a cellular level. But healing overall is the evolution of life. It's life in nature, in its beautiful fundamental of just doing what it's supposed to do, and it's expanding. It's getting better and better. And that's where we are in this life as mothers. When we first have children, it's like this bomb is just right when they put that baby in your arms, and you're like, oh, what the F is happening, right? You have the emotions and you experience this level of humanity that you've never experienced before. It's heartbreaking. It's beautiful. It's horrible. It's fearful. It's scary. It's blissful, all in a few moments. And so what I bring is that you cannot control life. You can't control the feelings that thoughts create. But you can create your perspective and the filters in which you see these experiences. Now, as you can see, motherhood is not about balance. And if you're a mom striving for balance, you're going to always be striving for balance, okay? Because if you're striving, you're in that space and place of striving. And we're all striving for this eluding state of life. And like I said, in one moment we feel balanced, like we have it all together, everything in its place, right? You just cleaned your house, your kids are playing outside, you're making a meal, the music is on, like all is well. And then boom, the kids start fighting, or, you drop a glass, or the dogs are barking, ruining your state of calm. This happens to me almost every freaking day. And so then we're zoop, right back into striving again. How can I fix this? How can I control my environment so that I'm comfortable? And that, in a sense, is what we're getting to. This is what I'm pointing to right here, is that we are trying to control, circumstances outside ourselves so that we're comfortable. But what we must look at doing is changing what and how we feel comfortable in those circumstances. We have to choose to feel comfort, to be okay in situations that are not comfortable, that are not inside our box, that are outside our comfort zone. That's how we grow and expand. That's how nature evolves itself. It sees a problem, it finds itself not able to reproduce. Now let's take an example, okay? So, for example, we're going to look at bed bugs, okay? Thank God I've never had bed bugs. But these are one of the peskiest animals that have ever been known to man. I mean, really, to have bugs in your bed, like that one space and place that is like, your sanctuary. It's like where you're laying all the time. So, bed bugs were super common in the 1940s and 1950s. And according to the BBC, when humans introduced DDT and other insecticides to control bugs, this plan backfired. By the 1960s, future generations of the bugs were equipped with thicker shells, more resilient nerve cells, and an enzyme that breaks down toxic substances. Isn't that insane? I mean, now these strong bed bugs are 250 times more resistant to pesticides than to other bed bugs that haven't been exposed to these chemicals. I mean, does that just blow your mind? So this is part of you and I having this conversation, or you listening to this conversation, these new ideas. This is about evolution. And I've really tried to think about like my work here as a mom, as a woman, as a soul living on this earth and this planet, which we all have a gift. We are here to live. Just so you know, you are here for a very beautiful and specific purpose. But it is part of evolution that this work is coming through to me, to remove toxins and chemicals and toxic thoughts and ideas in society and marketing that continue to infiltrate our lives and make us feel and do things that are not natural. So this is part of evolution, right? Is this part of like, hey, just this idea, balance is not real. Balance is not something that you're going to one day finally get to and life is going to be perfect, right? And, this is what's beautiful about the opportunity to be here with you. so that we can discover new ideas together. We can learn and evolve. And what's so beautiful about this, my friends, as a mother, is that we are the gateways. We are the ones, the game changers. We're the action takers. We're the people right here, right now, choosing to do things differently than we have before so that our future generations can continue with that change and evolution. I mean, it begins with us. It's beautiful. And I am just not going to accept tragedy which it would be tragic if I did not fulfill my purpose. It would be tragic if you did not fulfill your purpose. And this is why this eluding idea of balance is tragic, because it keeps us in the striving mode. We keep saying, once blank happens, I'll feel more balance. When I start blank, then my life will be balanced. I just need to create more balance. You know, I used this word and this idea for so long, and I truly believed it was achievable and that it was worthy of my constant struggle and striving. Okay, I'm here to tell you, one, it doesn't exist, so therefore it is not worthy of your struggle and striving. So let's kind of think about balance. And balance, you can use the word balance. You can use the word perfection. You can use the word, when all things are lined up, it's stabilized, it's steady, it's even, it's a state of equilibrium. Homeostasis, right? We talk about homeostasis, like our body's always working towards homeostasis. Is it ever going to get towards homeostasis? I don't know. Maybe in some moments, and then again, there's a stressor or a food that we eat or something that happens in our lives that takes us out. But our bodies are always striving for that homeostasis too. And with our minds, what we have to understand is that all of this comes down to is an illusionary state of control that we don't have. We don't have control, my friends. Mamas, you can't control your kids. You can't control your husband. The only thing that we have control over are our thoughts. And even though you're like, I can't control my thoughts, I know it takes practice to learn the mind, to learn how to control the thoughts, or at least learn how to not allow them to control you. We also control the actions we take, the words we speak, right? The energy that we emit. This is why we have to start from within. That's why when moms come to me and they're like, how do I change the way my kids eat? And I'm like, well, how do you eat? Everything goes back to you. Anything that you want to change outside of you, we must change within us, right? So, we strive to fit life into this balance box so that we can finally feel good, we can feel happy, we can feel in control. And again, we have little glimpses, but that's never sustainable. Never, because it's just not how life is. Life isn't happening to you. Life is unfolding for you. Life is constantly giving you opportunities to expand. And we talked about this in my trigger podcast when I really dove into being triggered and how triggers are, we view them or these things that they're horrible, they're uncomfortable, I hate them, I don't want to feel this way. But if we shifted like, oh my gosh, here's another opportunity to grow. Here's an opportunity for me to take some deep breaths and really choose the response that I want, to really choose what I want to create in the aftermath of this happening that I don't have control over. But I have control over how I react, how I respond, and what I continue to bring into the world, right? So this constant yearning to achieve this state, guarantees we'll never achieve it. It's like trying to find the way to happiness when really happiness is the way. I believe that's a saying by one of my favorite authors and spiritual gurus, Dr. Wayne Dyer. I'm a mother of 2 boys, crazy boys that are constantly at each other's throat. I'm a startup business owner, right? I'm an entrepreneur. I'm also a mom that I work tirelessly. You know what I'm saying? To keep my family healthy. And as you all know, that is I choose that work And I choose it with honor and in a humble, way, because I know how much it matters, and I know how much our future selves and our present selves are tied into that of being healthy. And I can tell you, there is no such thing as balance. Nothing. It isn't. Being a mother it's constant, and there's always something. Okay. So, and here's the reason I want to share this is because so many moms don't think that other moms experience this. We look at social media and we see the lives and the highlights and the best parts of people's lives and pictures and stories and videos, and we just think, oh my gosh, they've got it. I can get it if I just do this, this, and that. But no, that mama showing you that she's not balanced. She's just as unbalanced as you. That's the thing. We need to stop comparing ourselves to other people's highlights, and realize that we're not seeing the whole story. And in our own lives, when we can stop striving for balance, we can come in to life as it is, and we can allow it to unfold, and we can show up. And there's this essence of showing up in life. And this is why I am so adamant about helping moms, design a unique and bio-individual lifestyle that helps them. Through my programs, I teach them how to nourish their body, how to really, the beautiful innate healing capabilities our bodies have, and how to optimize those through food, stress management, and movement. And everyone does something different. That's a beautiful thing. I'm not like, this is what you do and this is how you're going to do it, because it's not going to work for everyone. We are unique individuals. And I want you to just be in awe of your uniqueness. You are amazing. You are beautiful. You have a blueprint unlike anyone else. And you're here for a purpose. And you're listening to this podcast for a purpose, because this information is coming through just for you. Because I want you to know that through this journey and this evolution that you're doing, you are helping humanity. Okay? You are a huge part of this. And I truly believe that one person can make a big difference, because let me tell you, you're doing these changes. Your kids are seeing it. Their kids are going to see it. Look at the impact that you're going to have on future generations on the earth. I mean, it's beautiful. It really is. Now, here's the thing. Don't fret, okay? What I want to offer is this new perspective and an opportunity to free yourself from the struggling, striving, and suffering for balance. Because for something that it's a rat race that nobody's going to win, okay? You're not going to get anywhere. But what I've discovered in my own constant and long journey to achieving this unachievable state is what can actually be achieved and replaced in lieu of balance. And these are like 4 ideas and concepts that I want you to wrap your head around. I just want to plant little seeds, right? And you're going to come back to these, and you're going to start seeing how they show up in your life, and maybe you'll start utilizing 1 or 2. But these 4 things are going to help build a new lens, a new perspective to look at life. All right. And that's what life is. It's what we see life through, is what we are creating, what we're manifesting. It's not really life at all. It's just how we see life is what we experience. So if we change the lens, we change the filter, we change the very essence of how we view life, we change our experience. And if we change our experience, we can then create whatever we want. It's just freaking amazing. You know what I'm saying? Are you with me? Do you feel my love? Do you feel my passion for this? I hope so. So here's the first step, okay? And this, my friends, is the first step to everything. Awareness. Awareness is always the beginning of change. When we become aware of the moments when we're trying to fit life into our box or control of all the things happening around us, right? We can see the struggle. Like, look, just be aware of the struggle. Be aware of where you're resisting life. Just be aware of it. The beautiful thing, you don't have to do anything. Just see it. Like a witness as you're getting triggered with your kids. Be aware of the trigger. Okay? Just notice how much you try to change things and people and circumstances and experience so that they reflect what you believe it's supposed to look like, what you believe this illusionary state of balance is supposed to look like. That's why we struggle, we resist, because we're trying to control or change things to be in a way that it makes us comfortable. And when things happen that's outside of our comfort zone, we don't like it. So we feel it in our body. You feel that energy? Where is it? Is it in your stomach, your chest, your throat? Where is it? And then as we begin to build this awareness, we begin to recognize that life is not happening to us, but for us. We'll shift the lens we choose to look through at this brilliant and such an opportunistic life. Because when we become aware, we start to see, oh, that was a great opportunity for me to do this. And next time when it comes up, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try this. I'm going to take a deep breath. Okay, that's great, right? So then when we are aware of what's happening, we can either choose to resist or, number 2, acceptance, okay? What you resist will persist, okay? So that's fine. You can live in that space as long as you need to, but let me tell you, you're going to get tired of it, just like I did. I got tired of suffering. I got tired of being a bitch all the time. I got tired of being a grumpy, irritable, mean mom. I got tired of spending my life in the rat race, of not enjoying my life, right? And you might be tired too. I mean, what mom isn't these days, especially in the times of freaking COVID? Ugh. So now we've become aware of where we're fighting life and where we're trying to manipulate it to be how we want it to be. So now we can see how it truly is. All its beauty, its struggle, its pain, its play, its fun, its hurt, its happiness, its sad, its scared, its fear, its love, it's all these things, all of it, right? And when we stop trying to change it, we can just see it for what it is, right? And everything's passing. These moments of triggers, they pass. And that's the beautiful thing, is when we become aware of that, we see them pass and then we accept. We fully accept all of what exists in life. We accept the trigger. We accept that we didn't act or behave in a certain way, right? We start accepting all the good, all the bad, all the ugly. And we must accept that life is the whole of human emotions and experiences, my friends. I know. And I think this is one of the biggest blessings that we've had with COVID, because it's made us stop the rat race in a sense and come home, literally and figuratively. Like, what do we want? And we've had to deal with all of this uncomfortableness. We haven't been able to distract it away. Now, many people are numbing and running and sexing it, or, drinking it away. Like, that's fine. But if you're with me, you don't want to numb it anymore. You want to experience it. You want to feel it, because healing is through feeling. Evolving is through feeling. And human emotions are here for us to evolve. All right? And so as we bring awareness to what we don't want in our world, what we're resisting, and instead we put the lens of acceptance. We say, okay, my dogs are barking. My kids are fighting. I just dropped that glass on the floor. This is not constant. This is not how it's going to be. It's going to change soon. One of the things I always know is I'm going to be in bed eventually, in that moment, drifting off to sleep, right? So it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. You're going to fall asleep eventually. At least that's how I felt when I was, in my early motherhood experiences, was, okay, at least they're going to fall asleep, right? Eventually they go to sleep. Now, when they're a baby, you don't know if they're going to be asleep for an hour, a minute, especially if you co-parent and attached parenting. It's so hard. But I tell you, it's, oh man, you're going to get through it. You're going to live through it. You're going to experience it. And the earlier you can start to really integrate these ideas and concepts, the happier you're going to be, because your happiness is not going to be reliant or, pegged on something outside of you, right? Because there's no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. So When we stop running away from life and begin to accept the constant flow and change, we become the flow and change. And nothing can control our happiness or state of being. We decided to be in this very moment. This is the moment right now. Now, this long, beautiful, constant, present moment is always where we live. But our mind takes us out of it. The ego's always trying to change and always trying to give us storylines. The story is irrelevant, my friends. It's irrelevant. What is relevant is right now, in this moment, okay? So we've become aware of where we're resisting. We're accepting the resistance. We're accepting the situation, the circumstance, the people, okay? Now we're going to surrender. We're going to stop trying to change it. We're going to, this idea, like what I am striving, quote unquote, striving for, my optimal, vision and version of me that is existing right now, and in moments I can feel it, is to truly live in the flow and truly to be a partner with life and co-creation with life. But we have to surrender to it. We have to clear away the filters that we've created over our lives and choose to see as it is right now in this moment. Instead of resisting, we lean into it. Instead of trying to numb it away, we feel it. And then we heal it. And then what's beautiful is this creates an infinite space in our lives for magic to happen. And we can just be the witness. We can just sit there and just be in awe of these things, right? And say, wow, what an amazing opportunity to co-create with life, to co-create with God. It's really spectacular. And you might be sitting there, you might have had a bad day, you might be in a fight with your husband, you might have, just you're lost. I just want you to know that where you are is so perfect. And it is exactly where you need to be for your own evolution and your own healing, okay? And so I want you to start to think about these concepts, all right? Start to think about bringing awareness, really bringing this acceptance and surrender. And then, number 4, this is the only form of quote unquote self-control that I feel is something that can truly elevate our lives. And you know what it is? Consistency. Consistency. Now, being consistent is important in life. I believe this. We're aware of what's going on. We've accepted it. We're surrendering to it. We're being consistent with those concepts, integrating them in our lives and in the moments whenever we can. It's okay. You're going to go back and forth. It's about allowing this to flow in. This is not a quick fix. We know this, right? This is never a quick fix. I'm never going to offer you a quick fix, you guys, ever. I might offer you guides, support, a community and a way, but at the end, it's your own co-creation with your life that's going to create what you truly want. You might take a little from me, a little from over here, a little from there, and you're going to create it with your own unique way. So the only thing, again, let's go back. What can we control? The thoughts we think, the actions we take, the words we say, the foods we eat, the stress we manage or we don't manage, the movement we make or not, how we respond, how we react, how we care for ourselves. And so once we own who we are in the world we live in, we can become consistent in choosing to take care of all of these things, right? We can be consistent with nourishing our body. We can be consistent practicing gratitude. We can be consistent with just being aware, accepting, surrendering. It's this consistency, that adds up. All these little things add up over a period of time that create who we show up in the world to be. And we just have to realize that we can't control life. It's not going to be balanced. However, the perspective and actions we take can in fact be balanced within life. We can choose to be consistent and co-create with life in a state of non-control, non-resistance, acceptance, and surrender, so that we can co-create and truly manifest the world that we want. And it is, that's our divine right. Our divine right is to truly live a life that we love and to love ourselves and to be in love with our life. And don't worry, if you're far from that, you're actually not very far. You are love. You are made from the very particles that love is made of. And so you're actually in it. It's just the illusions that we create in our minds that keep us separated from that. Life unfolds for us. It doesn't happen for us. And we have this incredible opportunity to play in and with life. We must stop waiting until this or that happens, and then we can feel balanced, and then we can feel happy. We can be it now, all of it. Life is a continuous offering for our expansion. It's always offering you opportunities to expand. Always. Just look around. Be present. See that when your kid throws something at you, right, or tells you to fuck off. Yep, my kids use the F word and call me really bad things. And I can either go up and slap the shit out of them, which is of course what I want to do, or I can really say, do I use those words? Where are they learning that from? It's a completely different perspective. I mean, if, back in the day, I would have given my kid a little shake, spanked his butt, and put him in his room, right? And now I take a deep breath. I feel the energy in my body. Oh my gosh, I want to rage. But do I want to rage? Is that teaching my children what I really want them to be in the world? Am I being what I really want to be in the world? It's beautiful because when we start to integrate these, we slow down and we start to be intentional about what we want to create in our lives. And honestly, like every single mom just wants their children to be happy and healthy, right? What else do you want to be? What else do you really, when it comes down to it, you want your kids to be happy and healthy? But they can't be happy and healthy without you being happy and healthy. And happiness is, that's the thing about happiness. It's like we're never going to be completely happy. There's always going to be we need to build resilience. So we must become resilient. And it's this process of evolving. I just want you to know that you are in the perfect place. You are a perfect mother and woman just how you are. And just because simply because you're listening to this podcast, this episode right now, you are becoming, you are evolving. You are going to take seeds from this and other inspirational mediums, and you're going to integrate them, and they're going to start to affect your life. And I am just honored that you're listening and that you're here. Thank you. I love you. And I just appreciate you hearing this from my heart. Know that this is just for you. And that's it. I love you. And let's reconnect on the next podcast. Bye.